think, yeah, day 2 of the RX7 project. Maybe day 3. I don't know. I'm getting my days mixed up. But so when I picked it up, the guy said that there was something, with the water pump or whatever that he didn't say the words overheating, but he was alluding to that. Um, the temp, the max temp that it was operating at while cruising down the road was 105. If you kind of gave it the beans a little bit, blah blah blah. Well, I found a couple things that, first of all, there wasn't enough coolant in it. There were air pockets in it, so I bled that quite a bit. Made minor adjustments to the overflow expansion tank, and um, after burping the system like 7 times, now the temps are steady. They don't climb. If it's at 87 degrees Celsius and I'm cruising down the road, it'll stay at 87. It will not go up. It might go down, but it'll usually stay the same. If it goes up to like 93, it'll stay at 93. It won't go down. If it goes up to like 100, it will eventually back down to the mid to lower 90s. Obviously, that's not super ideal, so I'm obviously not going on a cross-country journey with it. Um, so today, well, let me back up. I noticed that when I turn the heat on, all the way full blast, or even 1 or 2, it's pretty weak. Now the heat gets stronger, more hot, as the temperature of the engine goes up. Now my Jeep had kind of the same issue for many years, and I couldn't figure it out. I didn't really try too hard. And then one day I got sick and tired of freezing my butt in the winter, so I was like, let me try draining out the heater core and see if that could, result in any luck there. And when I worked on the heater core on the Jeep, everyone said, "Oh, you're gonna blow it. You can't filter it. You can't clean it." Even though that's literally its entire job is to have water flow through it. I grabbed my hose. First, my air compressor to kind of loosen things up. Then I grabbed my hose, and I mean sludge and like clay came out of it. It was ridiculous. I think the same issue is going on with this car. Now, the difference between this cooling system and that cooling system is that cooling system in this Jeep had a bypass for the heater core. If I assume they built it if in case the heater core went bad or got clogged up, I don't know. There was one other piping that went around the heater core and just continued to allow the system to circulate. Now, it wasn't ideal because it would still run just slightly over the normal operating temperatures, but I drove it for like 4 years like that. It never once overheated or even close. This doesn't have any type of bypass because it's been so modified. Did it have a bypass before? No idea. Because as you can see, you just got your upper radiator hose right there, and then your lower down there, and that's it. There's no other way for it to flow. Now, there are some little tiny little lines in the back that go to the turbo, but that's just in and out. And then I assume somewhere in the system, obviously it has to go to the heater core. I don't know if it gets through the intake or maybe there's some more down there in the back that I don't see. But regardless, there's no heat in the cabin. Now, some would say, oh, that's your blend doors, if it's not overheating dramatically or whatever. But I don't think it's the blend doors because if I turn it to the cold side, cold air comes in, especially at night. If I turn it to the hot side, it's definitely a lot hotter than the ambient air outside, if I use that word correctly. So I'm going to, in a little bit, I'm going to pull the heater core lines and do what I did with the Jeep, just blow a crap ton of water through it, and let's see what the temps do. That is all for today.